Welcome back, Leanaholics. I'm your host, Dr. Luke. Today we're going to be talking about process mapping. Now, process mapping is arguably one of the most important tools that you can use. And I'm bringing this video in after we talked about Walk the Gemba. And there's a reason for that. Because when you walk the Gemba, you get out and see the 5 actuals of what the entire value stream looks like, right? You've actually walked it, whether it's virtually or whether it's physically. We've talked about that in a previous video. But the idea is we're looking at that whole value stream as it's happening, talking to the real employees, doing the real work, seeing what's really going on. Well, now what we do is we can take that back and, mind you, with a team. Never, ever, ever process map alone. You don't know how many times I hear, oh, I've been assigned to map this process, this core process for our organization. That just absolutely kills me. That is like nails on a chalkboard. No one person knows the entire process well enough to lay the whole thing out. It takes a team of subject matter experts looking at those 5 actual, laying them out visually. That's really what process mapping is all about. It's a visual tool that we build as a team to look at the current state. What does it look like? So in our current state process map, what's actually happening in this value stream? And it helps us to look at the different steps in there and say, well, what's waste? What's not waste? So what adds value from the customer's perspective? What doesn't add value from the customer's perspective? Okay, well, what doesn't add value from the customer's perspective, but is required by some rule, law, regulation, or contract? Or contracting clause. So that being said, I've got to look at and do this value analysis, and I can lay out every step and say which ones of these are red. Red meaning they're non-value added. And then I look at those and I say, how can I either A, eliminate this step, or B, and this or part is huge, because a lot of people, when they first learn to do value stream analysis on their process maps, they take a look at it and say, well, if I mark it red and we said it wasn't value from the customer's perspective, that means we're going to get rid of it. Stop, time out, pull the reins back a little bit and just put your heart at ease. That is not what it means at all. It just means it doesn't add value from the customer's perspective. Are we going to remove that step? Not necessarily. So my point with that, to summarize that, is just because we mark it non-value added does not mean we're going to get rid of the step and go, oh, we're going to do a process improvement, all reds have got to go. No, if we can eliminate a step and remove the waste, absolutely. But if I can't remove it, then maybe what I'm going to do is look at it and say, well, how can I minimize the impact of this non-value added step? Right? That's a totally different mindset. When you're doing your current state process map, just stay in the current. What does it look like right here, right now, in this exact moment? When we walk to the Gemba, and now we have the team, the subject matter experts in the room, what's truly going on? Don't try to like think ahead and say, well, we're going to automate this and this. Just stop. You're looking for opportunities to remove waste from the process, right? So you still have to go through the process of collecting the data and analyzing the data, looking for the root causes before we make the improvements. So just slow down and trust the process here. But we want to make sure that we're mapping a very, very accurate process map, because I need to know what's actually going on, whether there's workarounds with the employees, or maybe an employee came up with a really good idea that we need to incorporate, or maybe they had a good idea, but it really was detrimental, further down the process map. I can't see all that if people aren't telling the truth, or if I'm just grabbing the steps and I'm going to look at the work instructions, the standard operating procedures, and I'm going to build this process map. That is the worst possible answer that you could give me. So you need to walk the Gemba to go see what's really going on, get the subject matter experts to learn what's really going on, look for all the workarounds and the work that people are doing in the process, and then just find ways to reduce the waste, minimize the effects of the waste, and let's try to develop an improvement that is very focused on the actual problems as they really stand right now, hence the phrase current state. So you need to know your current state so that we can fix the current state so we can get to our future state, which is a much improved process, and we can build upon that for the next iteration. So in summary here, we want to have a good current state process map, and I need subject matter experts in the room with me. No one is the keeper of all knowledge, so do not do this alone. So I hope this helps you build your process maps in the future. I'll see you in the classroom.